Welcome to our community call. Welcome to our ChainSafe Gaming Monthly Community Call. It's presented by myself. I'm Sneaks. We also have NFT Pixels in the chat. As well
Hey
as
guys.
we also have a Voucher.
Hey everyone.
And we have Kwame. All right. So, the purpose of this call is just for us to get to know you guys a bit better and to unveil a few exciting things that we have coming up. It's going to be really cool. Mainly our marketplace. The fact that we can mint in our marketplace. We can create NFTs that integrate seamlessly into our SDK just like that. It's huge. It's great. Make sure you get in there and give it a try. Check out this cool graphic that's been made by our design team. Design team's been working really hard. We've got a nice picture of our little chain sage here. Discovering the SDK and creating the best blockchain games that you can. All right, so a bit about our company and our mission, really. As a part of our mission, ChainSafe Gaming aims to meaningfully connect with our developers to give a more personal touch when it comes to Web3 gaming and integrating our SDK. We're passionate about building more than just games. We're committed to building communities. So I'm sure you've seen that in the way that we handle our support, the way we try to connect with everybody. We are a Toronto-based blockchain research and development firm. We're working on building the infrastructure for Web3. ChainSafe is blockchain agnostic, measuring each project on its merit and potential to improve existing infrastructure. So, we've got people working around the clock to bring you the absolute best of the best. So a little bit about this call, just a brief overview on what we're doing. So firstly, we're going to go through our introduction, which basically is what we've just done there. We've explained the company and what we do and what we're trying to achieve in the blockchain space. Sorry. Next, we will go one by one and we will meet our members that are here from our team. So you've got more of a personal touch and we can connect a bit better. Thirdly, we've got a showcase on our marketplace as well as our Minter demo. So really, we want to show you what our SDK can do and just the absolute raw power behind it, which is absolutely amazing. Another huge thing we have coming up is a hackathon. And along with this hackathon, we have a limited edition NFT to be giving out, which is huge, just as a way to say thank you for you guys being here. It's really cool. It took us a few days to get this sorted, but honestly, I'm really proud of the NFT that we've got. I'm sure you guys will love it. Once we've gotten through all of that, we're going to go through a discussion. We're going to open up the floor to some Q&A. You can use the chat channel, and Pixels will be monitoring that, and we will be able to. We'll let you talk, and we'll answer things as best we can. It's going to be great. So let's get started. So firstly, I'm Sneaks. I'm a software engineer. I'm also a blockchain game developer. I have my own project on the side, but ChainSafe is my main focus. Thirdly, I'm the community support lead. I know that a lot of you guys have seen me just absolutely everywhere through Discord. I know the SDK like the back of my hand, and I'm just happy whenever I see new developers come into the space. So I really like showing them how to use the SDK, how to get their games up and running and achieve what they want to achieve. Secondly, we have NFT Pixels. He is a ChainSafe Gaming Sage as well. He is basically my right-hand man. He's a community support, which it's been an absolute godsend for me because sometimes I need to sleep and I'm not here and Pixels takes over. It's amazing. Thirdly, we have Kwame. Kwame is a software engineer. He's also a blockchain game developer and an educator. So when I first got here, I still do. I absolutely idolize Kwame. He's great. He more or less taught me how to use the SDK from the ground up, and I am now passing that knowledge on to you guys and helping things be created. It's amazing. Fourthly, we have Avoto. He is our project manager. He keeps the teams on task and always on the ball. So yeah, he makes sure that we make deadlines, we get everything done. Avoto is absolutely outstanding. So, on the left here, I love cats, big and small. This is Kira. She's gorgeous. On the right, this is my cat, Kiki. She's my world. Every morning she wakes me up. She wants chicken and basically affection. She's gorgeous. I love her. So a little bit about me. I used to be, well, I still am. I'm a partner streamer on Twitch. So gaming has always been a huge focus of mine. I absolutely love gaming. And from that, I became a blockchain game developer. I've been working in, well, I was working in Overflow for a while. And after that, I moved into blockchain game development, where I worked for some companies. I helped them design their games. I helped them connect to the blockchain, which is really fun. That then led me into community support here, and then becoming a software engineer. So it's been an absolute wild ride for me. Like I said, I was the first gaming sage for ChainSafe. We pretty much invented this role, which was awesome. And now to see somebody like Pixel step in, like with me in this role, is just great. It's great to have such a caring team. This company is really good to work for. Yeah, so I will now pass it on to Pixels.
Hey guys, I'm NFT Pixels, or Rain. I'm a Unity developer myself, the most recent ChainSafe sage. And like Sneak said, with how Kwame helped him firsthand learn to use the SDK, I'm pretty sure that, that Sneak's taught me how to use the SDK from the ground up. I myself have my own blockchain project as well. I've been a Unity developer for a few years now, but being able to fill that gap between game engine and blockchain, to me is a godsend, because it opens up a whole new world of possibilities for any kind of Web2 developer, really. I think you guys are really in for a treat with ChainSafe and what they have allowed us to do. And this is not just me coming from you guys as a sage, like I still ask Sneaks questions every single day on how to improve my game and how I can approach problems from different angles.
I got 7 o'clock. I got jujitsu if I want to go to that.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just a little bit more about me. I'll pass the mic on. Thank you.
Kwame, you're up.
Hi, my name is Kwame. I'm a software developer on the ChainSafe Gaming SDK. Before ChainSafe, worked at EA, Microsoft Game Studios. So my background is in game development, mostly in like AAA stuff. I started working on the SDK last year, August. I'm from the Toronto area, so I've been involved in Ethereum for quite a bit. And I was a professor of game development at George Brown and Humber Colleges in Toronto. And I'll pass it off to Alex.
Sweet. Hey, everyone. My name's Alex. On Discord, I'm Avoto, and I'm a product manager with the ChainSafe Gaming team. So in addition to just making sure features are created and stuff, I'm also having in-depth conversations with all of you, our users, and some folks who might be our future users, just to understand how you use the SDK, the marketplace, and other features that we create, and to hear from you what you want to see us develop, how you want to see us grow. We're especially interested as you scale and outgrow what we've created, sort of what the next step for you is and how we can help partner with you along the way. So if you're in need of custom solutions or R&D or any of that, I'm happy to connect you. But yeah, very, very excited to be here with all you, and thank you so much for all of your input to help make this the open source awesome community tool it is today.
Thank you, Avoto. Thank you, team. All right, so let's move on. Yeah, we want to introduce the ChainSafe marketplace to you. It's a amazing thing that's been created. It's over the last few months, the team has been pushing extremely hard to get this together. We have it live on Ethereum mainnet, Ethereum Goerli, Avalanche testnet, and Avalanche mainnet right now. We are pushing to get as many chains as we can up running on the marketplace so that you guys can integrate NFTs into your game as quickly as possible. So yeah, that's huge. You can check this out at marketplace.chainsafe.io. Here's a brief little picture here of what it looks like when you're creating a new NFT. It's like I said, it's seamless integration. It runs really quickly. As soon as you create your NFT, it's bam, it's listed right there in amongst all the other NFTs. And you can buy, you can sell, you can even call things within your game, which I will go through. But it's nice to just have a quick little overview here of it. So what we're going to do, I'm going to pull my screen over here. As you can see here.
Oh, Sneaks, I was just real quickly, I was just gonna, do you mind if I add a couple points on the marketplace as a whole real quick?
Go nuts, sound. Let me just go back.
Sweet. I just wanted to point out part of what's cool about this marketplace is that we have both a web UI that makes creating and minting NFTs, creating those, whether they're 721 or 1155s, really easy, and adding technical details like metadata and everything. But you can also do all of this within Web3 Unity, the minting with a voucher, and embedding a marketplace into your game. So what's cool about it is that you're able to choose whether you do this stuff within the SDK or on the web, and it's all the same ecosystem. So you're able to access all of your assets wherever they're created and wherever they go.
That is 100% correct. Thank you very much, Alberto. So let's just move along here real quick. So I'll pull my screen here. As you can see, we've got the marketplace here. So right now we're on Goalie, which you can see up here. If you want to change your networks, you can. But you can scroll through and you can see all of the NFTs that are available to purchase, which is really cool. So real quick, well, not real quick, I'll just go through it. If you wanted to create an NFT, you can press create up here. This will then give you the option to select what type of NFT you want to create, whether it's a 1155 or a 721. You can set its supply, as well as choosing your chain. Well, it's locked to the chain that you sign in on. But so if we wanted to create an NFT, for example, we would hit browse files. I like this file here of the sword, so we're going to select that. We drop the sword in, we can give it a name. I'm going to call it the sharp sword. And you can give it a little description, whether you want to put your game name or something about your game here so that people know when they come in to buy this NFT, oh, this belongs to such and such game. So for example, from the blockchain game. What's great about this though, is you can also add properties. So if you wanted to give it something like damage, you could, and you can set this to something like 5. You can also call this within game, and you can be updating this or decaying it, which is really cool. So if you wanted to have maybe a character running around with a sword that has 5 damage, you get him to level up, slay a few monsters, you can maybe increase that damage to 6 or 10, whatever you feel like. Now, if we wanted to create this NFT, we can also put something like armor. We can set that to 10. This is also great for decay. So say if every time you slay something, the armor goes down. Every time you slay 500 monsters or something, this will go down by 1. When it gets to 0, you can then stop that NFT from being used, which is great. That's done with a simple call to check the armor, and then boom, you disable that in game. Now, if you wanted to create the NFT, you just hit create. This makes your wallet pop up here. You sign it. The first check is the approval check, just to make sure that, dodgy things can't happen. And we press confirm. After we press confirm, we give it a second and it should go to the actual marketplace page.
It's also probably helpful to mention all of the name, description, attributes, and even media files if you wanted to upload 3D object files or level files or any sort of skins or anything. All of that, when you create the NFT, is stored on ChainSafe Storage, which is a service that we run at ChainSafe in the backend, and that uploads all of your files to IPFS so that you can access them. Even if you port them to other games or other ecosystems or marketplaces, all of that follows the NFT and can be accessed anywhere. So that's part of this minting process as well.
Yes, sir. And it being accessed anywhere is just huge. Your data is always going to be safe and it's always going to be available whenever you need it. And you can see, boom, there's our NFT that we just minted there. It's a brief little overview of our marketplace, which is up and running. It's live. Go get into it. It's great.
Makes it so
Right.
easy to connect with your game as well. Being able to call stuff from inside your game to the SDK.
Yeah, like Alberto was saying there before, being able to do that is outstanding. You can create. So if anybody's played World of Warcraft, if you wanted to, you could design something like an auction house and you could make it run exactly. You can pull the data from the marketplace like this and make an auction house run exactly the same way it was running in World of Warcraft. So that's just,
The potential is incredible.
Exactly.
I also wanted to mention that part of why we decided to create this was a bunch of you folks sharing on our Discord that you were having trouble importing different metadata from OpenSea and some other marketplaces, and part of that had to do with the way that metadata was structured. So we've tried to follow industry standards to make sure that that metadata is structured in a way that makes it really easy to import into your game and really easy to bring to any marketplace that you want.
Exactly. And that is a beautiful segue into our next slide, which is your game, your choice. You can dive into the code and read the documentation. You can check out the latest SDK release, which includes the new minting voucher as well as in-game marketplace prefabs. So as we were saying, you can literally create whatever you want, however creative you want to be. You can get that up and running and create something stunning to display not only your NFTs, but even if you wanted to, you could display other NFTs, which is great. We have a link to our web UI here, as well as our documentation here. Make sure you guys give that a look. So yeah, we know what our developers want. We know how to serve you guys in today's fast-paced ecosystem. Like we said, we've got so many people coming in going, oh, I've made this on OpenSea and I want to get this into the game. But because of the way they've designed their system, it's honestly a bit tricky at times. So we've gone ahead and created our own marketplace, which it's crazy how easy it is to integrate NFTs. It's crazy. So on top of the marketplace, our teams are also working on implementing percentage-based royalties. Now, later on, when we open up the floor for FAQs, if you have any questions regarding this, please speak up. We do want to hear. We want to hear everything that you have to say. And we want to be able to provide feedback as well as support in the best way that we can. We've got more chains coming. As we said, right now, we've got Ethereum, Goerli, Avalanche, Mainnet, and Testnet. And the more people that want chains, please speak up and we'll try our best to get the chains up and running as fast as possible for you guys. Moving on, our chicken demo. This is my pride and joy. I built this chicken demo, and just recently we've launched it on WebGL as well as Web Wallet, because we get a lot of users that come through and they might not know how to do things correctly because we have two different builds. It might become a bit sticky for them. So we've provided both code bases, and they both do exactly the same thing with just some slight changes into how Web Wallet and WebGL run. So you can see the differences between them, and you can get any game up and running just like that. It's great. Every time that we update the SDK, I go through and I check this demo to make sure that the code matches and that everything is up to date. So you can be sure that you're always on the bleeding edge, which is great. So with our chicken demo, which I will show you soon, but you can do things like you can sign, which can be used for authentication or verification. You can verify, which lets you basically check that a user owns said wallet, rather than, you have a lot of places that they can spoof around and trick databases into thinking it's another wallet. This is a way to get around that, to make sure that, hey, this person actually owns this wallet, which is great. Transferring, which everybody wants to know how to do. Transferring ERC20 tokens, pretty self-explanatory. So you might create a custom token and you want to send that to somebody, or you want to send that from a contract to somebody. You can do that. That's also in the game. Voucher minting. Voucher minting is great for security purposes. because say if you wanted to give someone an NFT or a way to claim, but you wanted to lock it down in a way that it couldn't be front run or that it couldn't be run over and over, you can then use a voucher to secure that. And lastly, we have marketplace prefabs, which is, yeah, wow, it's our pride and joy. Like I said, you can create auction houses, you can create whatever your heart desires, get that up and running pretty quickly. So what we're going to do is we are going to show you our chicken demo. See if I can get the sound going here. You can press login. Usually you'd have a wallet pop up to ask you to sign to login, but because, let me just push this down a little bit. That is way too loud. There we go, it's a bit nicer. You can also bring up the console here if you wanted to, but the way I've designed everything pops up quite nicely. So you can run around, you can collect some coins. As I was saying before, you have a sign prefab here. When you press this, this gives you a MetaMask prompt, gives you a test message. You can sign this, and it tells you where that's coming from. Well, actually, no, this one gives you a signature actually that's varied on the string that you give it. So you could use this if you wanted to authenticate, not only verify the wallet, but you can use it as a form of authentication. Say if you had a database or something and you wanted to save this string to the database, you can then check that this string matches every time the user wanted to make an action. So for claiming, for example, if a user came in and wanted to claim, you could check that this signature matches correctly, and then you could give them their claim. And if it doesn't match, that's someone trying to cheat. So kick them out. So let's see if we can get across the road here. Sneak this coin in real quick. We have our verify prefab. Again, when you press this, it will give you a message to sign, and it will return the wallet that signed the address. As you can see, my wallet up here is 7066. Verification address here is 7066. So this can be used for security purposes. Thirdly, we have a contract call. Check out the little pond here with the boat. I love my little boat. Yeah. We have a contract call here. So if you had a variable on a contract, say for example, the variable on the contract that we have now is set to 14. If I wanted to increase this variable, press this. You pay a small gas fee, which is literally just gas for chain purposes, no cost involved. That gives you a response saying, yes, that went through. You can press check variable again, boom, see, and that's gone up there. So this can be used for a wide variety of things. Say if you wanted to keep track of how many people are claiming or how many times people have played a game or anything like that, you can do that this way. All right, let's see if we can get down the bottom here. Dodging cards, up. Yeah, chicken. So, transferring ERC20 tokens. You can use this prefab here to, not only to mint. So if you don't have any tokens to transfer, you can come in and you can press mint here. You just pay gas. Give it a minute to process. Sometimes chains take about 4 to 5 seconds to process, so you just want to wait a second. After that, once you're sure that you've got the balance in your account, you can press transfer. And you can see here it's trying to send one test token. Press confirm. And you can see there my response changed. Now with this response, you can take this and pop this into, this is actually a hash, so you can pop this into a block explorer and you can see what's going on. Let's get across the road again here. Now here earlier we were talking about a voucher system. If you wanted to, you could use this to secure things basically. You can check that, if you wanted to mint an NFT or something, you can use this to basically allow minting of NFTs.
So Sneaks is probably helpful to, like, if you hit that mint or like mint with voucher button without having the voucher code, you would be unable to mint because
Exactly. So over here, I basically got this hooked up. See, if you press this here, voucher invalid. That's not going to work if you don't have a voucher. So you can see there that it's blocked off. A little achievement pops up. It's good fun. So that's a great way to secure minting. Lastly, we have our marketplace prefab. So you can see here we've got Pixels NFT here, which if I drag the marketplace across here, you can see that is that NFT there. It's actually live in game with our prefab. And if you wanted to, you could scroll through things. See, I pressed it twice there and it changed there. We've got a waterfall, which is this one here. So you can see that's live, up and running. And if you have an NFT, you can then type out a price here, press list, and it would do the same thing as listing an NFT on our web UI, and it would pop up here as well, which is really quite amazing to see. I love my chicken demo. It's good fun. So this chicken demo, we have this demo live, which is, I'm pretty sure Pixels, would you like to post a link for that in chat? If you guys wanted to give that a look, you can, along with the project files.
That kind of disappeared a little bit up here. Oh, yeah, it's right here in chat, guys. It's just Discord channel one here, if you want to access it.
As well as the marketplace, if you could, pretty please, just so that users have access to that. Thank you, Pixels. So these links here, Pixels would have posted in chat for you guys. So yeah, you can check that out and you can see how everything runs under the hood.
Sorry, Six Nukes. I don't think I've got the WebGL link for the chicken demo itself, like the actual live link for it.
1 second.
That's right. Probably, unless there was this one here.
I think all three of them are in that link that I gave you. Discord post. Yeah, they're all in there.
Cool. No worries. I'll get that sent.
And okay, Sneaks, people can check out the GitHub repo and kind of fork the way that you used our Web3 Unity prefabs.
Exactly right. That's why we've included the project files for both versions here. So if for some reason you don't like the way I've coded something, you're more than welcome to change it and make it your own. All right, that's my chicken demo. That's my pride and joy. I hope you guys enjoy it. Okay. All right. The big surprise we're unveiling. We have a hackathon coming up. So this is amazing. We basically want to see how you guys use our marketplace. We want you to use our marketplace, and we want to push it into the forefront. We want to see what you can build. It goes for 2 weeks, and it is starting today, I'm pretty sure. September 28th, that's today. Yep. So it starts today. Project submission deadlines are on the 12th of October. On the 21st of October, winners will be announced. Pixels, if you'd like to post the page for users to sign up, as well as the guidelines.
Yep, no worries, on it now. You guys can get that all in chat, guidelines, and with the page itself. There you go.
So this will be the page here. You guys can sign up. Just send us some details and make sure you sign up to our newsletter. We won't spam you, we promise. It's just so that you can stay up to date and always be informed about what we have that's coming out and always be on the bleeding edge. So, our prizes. First prize. That is a whopping 1,500 USD. Pixels, how much are we giving away for first prize?
Oh, what? Sorry, 1,500 USD? Is that correct?
1,500 USD. Wow. That is huge.
That's about 3,000 Jacinda pesos here in New Zealand. So, you know, that's a lot of brownies.
That's a lot of brownies. It's a lot of brownies, my dude. Second place, 500 USD. Still good. Still a lot of money. Third place, 250, which is nothing to laugh at. That's a huge amount of money. We made our first prize a little bit more expensive just because we really want you guys to try as hard as you can to create something unique something awesome. We want you to blow our minds with what you can create. Secondly, we have our guidelines here. So basically, we want you using our marketplace prefab whilst you're creating this. Your marketplace must include NFTs that you've created specifically for the game, and players must be capable of buying those NFTs directly from within the game through the marketplace. So similar to how I've set up in the chicken demo. And you're free to look at that code and you're free to use it how you want as well. But ideally, we want you looking at the prefabs. We want you creating your own thing. Your project must have a live deployed public interactive demo that can be used by judges and other hackathon participants. Open source is preferred, but it's not required. But the code must be visible during judging, so we know that you're not trying to cheat. Your project description must mention how you use the Web3 Unity Marketplace and be hosted on GitHub pages along with a repo containing your project files for our team to review. Again, this is so that we know that you're not just sending us a random link or you haven't paid someone else to design something and they're not releasing the code. We have to make sure that it's actually our code, that you're using our prefabs. Ideally, we prefer a video presentation of the game and the technology behind it, explaining how you use the marketplace prefab in your project. And you can submit this video to YouTube or upload it in our Google folder here, which again, you can find this link in our guidelines that Pixels has posted for you. And after you've submitted, please email Avoto and CC Megan. We have some nice resources here, as well as our judging criteria and our amazing prizes here, which again, Pixels, how much is first place, Pixels?
Is that $1,500?
That is $1,500. That is huge.
I can retire with that kind of money on this side.
Oh, I know. So many brownies, yeah. US dollars go a long way over here, hey?
Yeah.
All right, so we have our link here to sign up. Secondly, please make sure you sign up to our newsletter. That is a requirement. We're not going to spam you. Don't worry. We're not going to spam you.
Good people.
Yeah, we're good people. We just want to make sure that you're always informed and kept up to date. Secondly, here's our huge surprise. We have an NFT that has been created for you guys just for being in this call and signing up for the hackathon. Pixels, if you would like to post the link for the NFT in the chat.
Way ahead of you.
Thank you so much, legend. So this NFT is available only for 24 hours from now until 7 a.m. tomorrow. It's limited, and as soon as you mint it, it's tradable on the marketplace. So you've got your own little piece of ChainSafe history. And you can treasure that, you can cherish it.
Dare I say that's a mighty fine art.
I know.
That's pretty good. That's pretty
I
good.
know. This is courtesy of Tim How Chisel. Looks amazing. It's got a nice little date, nice little title, and it's got a Hadouken here.
So if folks lose that link, where can they find it after this?
That would be in Discord chat.
Sweet.
But please make sure you grab it whilst you can. It's on Avalanche mainnet. Once you click that link, it'll take you to a hidden page that's only up for 24 hours, and you can mint that just by paying gas. We're not charging anything for it. It's literally just the gas fee to get that. So go get your hands on it.
I've just minted mine. I'll be waiting for you guys.
Yo. Like we said, your project must feature our marketplace. You can use either prefabs or create your own version of it. The only requirement is that your project must make use of our super cool new marketplace in some way, shape, or form. So whether you wanted to create your own design, like we said earlier, like a World of Warcraft auction house or something cool like that, you can do that. Even if you wanted to create a mirrored version of the marketplace, I guess, in game form, go right ahead. As long as it's cool, as long as it's creative, that's what we want to see.
And folks can update the design for the marketplace itself to match their game design, right?
Exactly, yes. They can do whatever they like. That's, like I said, you can create whatever you want. And we want to see creativity. We basically want to see what you guys can do. So please, put your coding hats on, put your coding gloves on, and let's get to work. It's going to be really cool to see what you guys can come up with. And yeah, fourthly, make sure you host and submit your game so that we can actually check and verify everything. You can use GitHub pages to host this, which is quite easy. We have some tutorials already on how this is accomplished through WebGL. So yeah, make sure you guys have a look at that. Best of luck, developers, and may the most creative game win. So, with our ChainSafe Gaming SDK and seamless integration, you can instantly make your NFTs tradable with strong use cases. Like we were saying earlier, you can give your NFTs stats. You can then call those stats and you can do certain checks on them. Say if you wanted to do damage, armor, or decay, anything like that, you can, which is outstanding. So one of my friends has a system where he was building something with armor basically, and once your armor goes down to 0, he would disable the NFT, and then you would have to then pay a certain fee in the amount of tokens to then replenish that armor. Not only does that give his NFTs use cases, it also gives his token a strong use case because the token's always going back and forth. So that's a great way to incentivize people to continuously purchase tokens, as well as give your NFTs strong use cases, which is what the marketplace is all about. So good luck, everyone. We really hope you do really well with this. We can't wait to see what you guys create. Now my favorite part of the day. We're doing open floor Q&A. All right, so we're going to watch chat. If you guys have any questions, please ask away and we'll do our best to answer them as best we can.
Just a quick note also, if anyone has feedback on the marketplace, whether that's the web UI or whether that's the actual prefabs for minting with a voucher, or putting an embeddable marketplace into your game through Web3 Unity's prefabs, please reach out to us and tell us how you want to see these features grow, what you want to see next. As PM, that stuff is super valuable to us, and we'd love to make sure that you all have the tools you need to create what you want. So anyone want to hop in with questions?
See, Firekeeper's already got his
Yeah,
list prepared.
Firekeeper's firing off.
Yeah, he was typing that since we started.
Okay, so Avoda, this is a good one for you. If you look in the top right, we have chat. How does ChainSafe storage compare to Pinata? I found myself having to use Pinata for my larger projects. Dedicated gateways are useful when going full on IPFS, especially for games. Would ChainSafe have some?
Yeah, so ChainSafe storage, it's a full-featured IPFS gateway and basically helps with pinning files and stuff. So we use them in the back end. It's pretty automatic and seamless when you use our Minter marketplace stuff. So if you happen to pin a tremendous amount of files, I think we have something like 30 gigabytes free, which depending on what you put into your NFTs, I mean, if you're like injecting massive object files or something, maybe you hit that limit. But yeah, basically super generous to begin with. But it's a service that allows you to pin files to IPFS, manage them. There's a related service called ChainSafe Files that allows you to kind of explore them. It's sort of similar to like a Dropbox type service. So yeah, check that out. If you have questions on it, you can ask in the ChainSafe Discord or reach out to us directly, and we'd be happy to connect you with those teams to learn a little bit more about it, especially as you scale and start to hit limits with any of it.
Well done. All right. Secondly, what are the best practices to update metadata stats on chain and fetch the updated value in a dynamic game without affecting user experience? I feel like storing non-essential / non-financial stats off-chain and having the NFT just as a token to unlock the Web3 rewards on top of the normal in-game rewards might be best to onboard the most gamers. I can answer that. So updating metadata stats on-chain. We have prefabs for all of this. It doesn't affect the user experience because it's all on chain. It's fetched pretty much instantly. Yeah, Alex, if you want to step in.
Oh, I was just going to say, yeah, generally, you can. I think the general practice is to store media and other metadata files in IPFS using as standard a metadata format as possible. That's what we try to do with our marketplace, is make sure that we are following best practices so that it's portable. And I'm curious if any of you have done mutable metadata, like metadata that can change dynamically given an NFT with a certain URI, like metadata record. That's something that I think we're really curious to see how folks do. I know that there have been other projects that have done sort of mutable metadata for anyone that wants to change that stuff. But basically, metadata and the stuff that should change can be on IPFS or just logic in game. And then the actual root NFT record should be on chain, just in terms of like high security transfer between people or between the game developer and the player.
Beautiful. Thirdly, can you explain how the voucher system is safer than alternatives? I can actually. So our voucher system uses elliptical curve basically to digest a signature from the voucher to make sure that it comes from a certain address. So the way that we've set it up, we have a certain address that sends out vouchers, and then you can make sure that the voucher is coming from that address, and you can also set it up so that certain things match other things in your game. So it can be used as like a security system in a way. There are other ways to do this, whether you want to do a signature verification in Solidity, whether you want to run it through your database, you can, but we're just providing a simple way for people to secure their games.
That feature came from folks asking, how do I prevent someone from just replaying the mint transaction infinitely and basically tanking my game economy? Or somebody sharing the mint endpoint with someone who hasn't even played the game, hasn't collected 5 of an item or done whatever the in-game action is that makes someone deserve the NFT. And like that was the case, was if you just had a mint function, that transaction could be replayed. So by using this mint with voucher system, you limit it to only people who have collected a unique code that they get from actual gameplay and is released only by you, by a server that you set up from in-game play, and makes that a precondition of minting just for that user that earned it.
Exactly right. Fourthly, I've been reading about session keys. Any thoughts about Web3 gaming's future without pop-ups?
Yeah, this is something that we've actually heard a lot from not only our users, but also some of our ecosystem partners. We're investigating a number of different ways to do session-based signing, easy kind of Web 2 login, and sort of we're trying to figure out alternatives to strictly custodial wallets, but basically just wallets and signing technology that makes it easier for folks who are unfamiliar with blockchain or Web3 technology to start playing, and then hopefully could pre-authorize signing and token actions for a certain amount of tokens or something at the beginning of gameplay, and then, like you said, eliminate the constant pop-ups from MetaMask or whatever. I think it's important to realize that in the Web3 space, consent is a very important concept. So we do want to make sure that there are game design principles that respect that and make sure that the user is fully informed when something's happening that would require their attention, and also just that we're not creating tools that lend themselves to malicious actors, basically having people give up all their tokens at the beginning of gameplay and do that. So there's a lot of potential for abuse there, but we're trying to figure out some ways of opening that up for people to develop games where you have a better UX with the user in control the whole time.
Exactly right. Okay, next question. Will we integrate more networks into the marketplace for the hackathon? Right now, we're only going to have what's available, so that is Goerli, Avalanche main, Avalanche testnet, as well as Ethereum main. We basically want to see what you guys can do with these 4, but we are working on integrating more chains as quickly as possible.
Yeah, that's work that we're trying to hustle on. I think we wanted to make sure that Kronos, BSC, Godwoken, and a few other popular networks are on there. So yeah, we're working as quickly as we can on that. So maybe Sneaks, we can just keep folks updated on the progress on that in some of our gaming channels too.
Certainly, I'll stay on top of that. Oh, is that Kronos? Is that a Kronos question? All right, sweet. So, hey, love the tool so far. It's great. I'm working in Kronos, and my team asks, can we do X? And my answer is usually, on some chains, yes, but I have to check for Chronos. Any chance for an FAQ somewhere that goes over each feature and what chains are supported for it? Yes, we can try to get this into our documentation, but my game, personally, my side project is built on the Chronos chain, and I can tell you that everything works flawlessly with Chronos. Chronos is an amazing chain. I'm heavily biased towards the Chronos chain, as you can tell, but everything is fully supported on our SDK for Chronos.
With the exception, I guess, of the marketplace at the moment, right?
Oh, yeah, of course, yes.
Well, I mean, that's a major thing. So I think just us trying to get there's basically more back-end work we have to do to get set up to support these chains, where the rest of our SDK, you can put in almost any EVM chain and it'll work pretty flawlessly. There's just a little bit of setup that we're doing. This is a brand new feature, so we're trying to get these things up and going. But I think hearing from all of you which chains you are trying to work on helps us prioritize which of those we handle first.
Exactly right. If you guys if you feel like we're missing something, please make some noise, and we'll do our best. We'll do our best to hustle on it and to get it sorted for you guys, because the last thing we want is a developer being blocked because they can't create something on a chain.
Yeah, I see Polygon. That's absolutely that is pretty much top 3 on the list. BSC and Chronos on there, and we want to make sure our folks at Godwoken are supporting as well.
Mm-hmm. Are we going to support custom NFT smart contracts for the ChainSafe marketplace? Like we mentioned before, we are looking into things that other marketplaces have, like percentage-based royalties, and we do want to hear your feedback on that. Ivoto, would you like to?
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, we're going to be aggressively looking at how to grow this marketplace and make sure that it handles most of what you need. But as always, if there's something that we don't have or a way that you want to add custom logic into your game, you're always welcome to use our custom contract call prefab, and that handles that. So if you build custom Solidity code or you want to copy paste something in there, you can always work with your own stuff alongside the prefabs that we've created.
Exactly right. Thanks, Firekeeper. Firekeeper says, thank you for all your answers. This community is the first time I feel at home in this JavaScript/web focused space. Good luck with everything, and I'll definitely be trying to participate in the hackathon if I have time. Please do. Please give it a go. We wanna see what everyone can create, and yeah, hopefully you get a chance to get some of that money. Get some of that. How much was it, Pixels? How much?
I don't know, man. I'm already choosing what to invest in once I get it. So yeah.
Nice. Okay, moving on. We have Madstar. Apologies for the junior level question. Hey, no problem. We're here to help developers of all sizes. If you're brand new or if you're an expert, we're still here. We're here to help. We're here to serve. So any quick start resources outside your tutorials that you could suggest for those not familiar starting out with WebGL and want to get up and running? We have the tutorials that, yeah, I know that you want to look for something else, but we have the tutorials there, which actually is a working code base. Secondly, we have our documentation, which is really easy to read. Pixels, if you want to link the documentation as well, it's everything's set out. It tells you exactly how you want to do things. If you want to sign a prefab, if you want to send a token, whether it's on Web Wallet, WebGL, and if you have a look at that as well as the tutorials, you can see, one, the documentation walks you through it. Two, you can see the demo. It's actually being used in action. So it's a perfect way for you to see how our system works and to get your own game up and running really quickly. Polygon Mumbai would be the most important one to support. I think that is a very good point, Firekeeper. Limbo Feather, will there be help from ChainSafe for promoting and doing user acquisition for games that build up with the SDK? Ivoto.
Yep. So, Limbo Feather, what's up? I know we spoke recently, and that you shared on the Gaming Showcase channel on Discord, which is a great, easy first step, at least for our small gaming community here. I think, actually, even based on that conversation with you, we're looking into ways that we can bring more attention to the games that are built with Web3 Unity, with the marketplace, and in general, folks who work with us at ChainSafe Gaming to bring their game to life. An easy way to do that is reaching out to us and seeing if we can do some co-releasing of stuff on social media, or doing a blog post kind of outlining how you used us and all that. we've done this some showcase blog posts with Cryptopolis, with Fabwell, and a few other folks, just outlining how they used us, how the prefabs kind of came into play. So first step is we can do some co-marketing in that respect, but then also we want to find ways to showcase the games that you've created in a central place where we can have people explore and try out all of your games and even access the NFTs that you've created through our marketplace. So stay tuned for that. If you have specific asks of like any kind of interface or any kind of potential way of bringing more visibility to your games, please let us know. I'd love to hear that, and I'd love to get the team thinking about how we can build something to showcase you all and get the world aware of what you've built.
So Limbo and Firekeeper are onto that straight away. So piggybacking onto that, maybe ChainSafe could look into becoming a publisher and host games Gala/Unity dashboard style, as well as getting into the publishing and Steam style platform would be really interesting. So yeah, basically just to consolidate on Alex, what Avodo just said there, yes, that's something that we're looking into.
That'd be rad.
I think so too, yeah. These are some great questions, guys. Thank you so much for being really helpful. All right. If we don't have any more questions, we can move on. I know this call we don't want to make it too long. We want to make it nice, but these questions are great. We really love hearing your feedback. We really want to give you guys a sort of a personal touch when it comes to our support and the way we handle things. So yeah, we have some links here. This is our Twitter. Please go and give our Twitter a follow. Make sure you get the Discord invites out there, and we have our website here. Thank you so much for being with us for this. This is our first community call. We are going to be doing these on a monthly basis. So make sure you look out for these, and we're going to have some more limited NFTs to come for the next call, which is going to be great. So yeah, I'm going to play this little thing here. All right. If there's nothing else that's outstanding, Alberto, Kwame, Pixels.
Thanks so much for coming, everyone, and thanks Sneaks for an awesome job presenting.
Hey, and
Thanks, Snakes. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
hey, no
that
worries,
was
no
amazing.
worries.
Great job, Sneaks.
Thank you
Thanks
so
everybody
much
for showing up.
Thank you so much to our teams, our partners, our investors, and most of all, our community. Thank you for being here. Without you guys, we wouldn't have anything. So we really look forward to see what you guys are bringing to the table with the hackathon. And yeah, we hope you enjoyed our first gaming presentation. Woohoo, we did it. Yay. Cool.
Awesome.
All right, we'll see you guys next time.
See you guys. Thank you, everyone.
Happy
Take
coding.
care, everyone.
Bye, everyone.